Welcome to the Big T Show. I am Big T. We are doing something a little not boomerish, like my boomer ass normally does. We're going to do a transition at the Big T Show. Now I got Matteo's attention because I said transition. And we're not talking about cutting my dick off, or we're just cutting some fat from the show of people that weren't part of the team. Right, Matteo?
Yes, absolutely.
And I really appreciate you doing this for me, Matteo, setting up this Zoom, because we want to create content every week. You know, we're trying to stream the Big T Show on syndication through some internet radio stations and above and beyond. But you got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
And us doing it by ourselves. The first week we ran into some issues, some sabotage from people from the show.
Yeah.
And then the second week we sort of fixed some things, but it still didn't come out like to our liking. So we got to do this because we got to keep creating content. And with you going away next week to Denver, we're going to get to that. Yeah. It's just we had to create some content. How you holding up, Matteo?
Oh, I'm fine. My flight's at 4 p.m. tomorrow. That's when it departs. I'll get there around 2 or 3 because I just like going to the airport early just relaxes me sitting.
Oh,
you were saying?
You like to sit there and reminisce about 9/11, you fucking sicko.
Yes, I do. And I'm willing to admit it.
Yo, I was just listening to a podcast. They were talking about 9/11. Pearl Harbor's 9/11 or something.
Yeah.
Did you hear about this?
What exactly? Can you give me some context?
Just everything that we already know about with that whole 9/11 bullshit. There's a lot of bullshit.
Certain aspects. Like I'm not a full-blown truther like Alex Jones or David Icke. Like my ideology and belief on it follows very much closely more to Jesse Ventura than anyone else's.
Which is?
Jesse Ventura doesn't think it's an inside job, but he says that there's a lot of information they're covering up because it makes the government look A, bad, and B, incompetent.
So you think there's a governmental, like no egg on that face type situation?
Yeah.
I mean, that's cover up?
Yeah, I also don't think it was a full-blown, like, inside job for one reason, because, like, if everyone's involved in it, like, Bin Laden was a tactician CIA operative for decades, so that means he was operative both to Mujahideen and Al-Shabaab and all these other organizations, also working for the U.S. government. There's going to be cross-information going from all different directions and stuff lost in translation. So, like, he plotted, of course, and that the U.S. knew there was an attack, but we didn't know what it was going to be because information's going both ways.
Listen, that does make sense, and I didn't get a chance to check out this documentary. I really wanted to. Just more and more, as I become more of a boomer, I really appreciate the conspiracy theories a little more, and just what's going on in this fucking world. But like Tower 7 just falling down. Yeah, you know what I mean? Fucking the plane that crashed in Pittsburgh. They said there was no hole there. That's part of the documentary. How about the Pentagon? You have cameras everywhere, and there's no
footage.
fucking.
There's no footage.
And that didn't look like a plane went down into the fucking Pentagon. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I can't confirm or deny because I haven't really focused on the Pentagon aspect of this conspiracy, and the stuff on the internet about the Pentagon aspect is not as interesting as the Tower 7 stuff.
Yeah, do you think there was just a lot of stuff as a plane goes overhead? I'm right by JFK Airport.
Yeah.
Like, do you think like what did they have in Tower 7? Like a lot of insurance information and all that other shit?
Yes. Which is even more interesting, more people don't bring up that the guy who owned the Twin Towers property the day before 9/11 took out a multi-billion-dollar insurance claim on it.
Larry Silverstein.
Yes.
And listen, fans of the Big T Show, we're starting off just out of left field. We'll talk about Matteo flying and his love for 9/11. I always say 9/11 was a beautiful day. Not in the aspect of what happened on America. It was one of like when I describe a day, I can say, hey, 9/11 was I was 21 or 20, so I remember. You know what I mean? Like it was a temperature day. It was.
It really was.
It was beautiful, except for the fucking tragedy. You know what I mean? Like,
I know. It's a beautiful tragedy.
No, but and listen, there's people that have bought a Corvette. Hey, thanks for selling me the car, Steve, or whoever. And they pull out of the lot, boom. total the car. So stuff does happen. I don't know about $1 billion accident the next day. It's a little strange, you know?
Yeah.
But, oh, shit, I dropped my joint.
Oh, pick that up. Pick that up now.
Yeah, listen, that's more the Big T show and our speed.
Yeah.
But know what? Listen, we usually have, or had a puppet, James Pontillo, great addition to the Big T show. He fits right in with our nonsense.
Oh,
you know?
exactly.
And usually we never get this one-on-one experience. So this second week of going just by ourselves trying to produce this show, which is proving a little harder than we thought, but we're going to get it because I love going live. I love that aspect.
I know I do. I'm working on a few ideas for the future if we don't get the Mevo right. Here's one of them. We get one of your iPhones live and you use your desktop to look at the feed live.
All right. Oh, yeah. Listen, there's options. Even the one YouTube channel you said.
YouTube, you can split it up with one camera.
Yeah, with one camera, split screen. And listen, if someone's live, not many people are doing a live show each week, right? How many people are doing?
I can name about 5 on top of my head, but the thing is that the people who do live shows predominantly on Vimeo and YouTube, they're always too long for my liking. They're always exactly 3 hours, which I feel like is too long for a show in general.
Yeah, listen, I like the hour that we do.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like a lot of big successful shows, it's always 3 hours.
And listen, for the 5 that you can ring off the top of your head, there's hundreds of thousands that are doing pre-recorded post-op shit.
Yeah.
It's
called post-op. It is.
Like people that are listening, like you don't realize how much trouble I've had with editors holding my shit.
I know.
Like, I don't want that anymore. I want my shit. Hold on, this shit.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying though, when you go to Yelp reviews and like look and type in editor, a lot of big ones, like there's a lot of complaints about editors in general on Yelp.
Like who?
No, I can't remember. If you go to Yelp and type in certain phrases or hashtags, you can look for certain reviews. I just typed in Yelp editor, and it looked just a lot of 3 to 2 star reviews.
Sorry about that. I was just fumbling to get the
power. Yeah, I know. I'm saying like if you you can use Yelp. It's not just for restaurants. They have a business site, and if you like type in private editors and like the hashtag, a lot of editors that are listed on that site have 1 or 2 or 3 stars. A lot.
Well, listen, I'm not looking at those numbers yet for us.
Yeah.
Because listen, we're trying to build something, Matteo.
I know.
And I'm glad that me and you are still the surviving members of the Big T show. People have come and gone, and you know what? It's going to be their loss.
Yeah.
Because we're trying to build this fun-ass fucking escape that people could, in this fucking crazy world with the 9/11s.
Yeah.
With fucking kids getting molested, with cops killing black people. Like, you need an escape. And the Big T show is that, where we talk about eating ass, jerking off on girls' faces, and shit like that. You know, the good stuff in life.
Oh, yeah.
Like Joey Maracino, one of our guests, whose hobby is looking at pictures of fine cock. Yes. I don't know what that means, but that's one of his pastimes. Like, that's his fucking thing, you know?
Yeah. I agree. No, like, it's... I don't know. Like it's an interesting idea, like doing it live, because I get where you're coming from. You like on live, like you don't edit it, so there's like a lot of control and trying to do not lose or mess everything up. Like in the sense of like when someone says something really fucked up, it's already out there. It's already in the ether. It's people have seen it and heard it. There's no coming back from it. Yeah,
but also I like the pressure of no dead space. Sometimes people can't get a word in. I know you said it. I know once I start talking, it's hard to stop. You know what? That goes from having a live show for over a year of constantly, even sometimes doing it by myself. When you said you were busy, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking record an hour of me talking by myself, not with a producer, not with the help of my buddy Matteo. And I was like, damn man, I'm not looking forward to this hour, because as much as I love talking, doing that shit for an hour when you know you have an hour, you're on that island. Like I always talk about being on my ass-eating island by myself.
It's hard. It's very hard.
But like when I have you there, now James, We're gonna find a producer, and we just feed off each other. Next thing you know, an hour goes by fucking quick.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And there's something to be said about a live show. You know, like I don't know. I don't know what could be said, but it's like it definitely sets itself apart from other podcasts or shows because you know what I mean. Like they did it live. You know what I mean? There was no. They had the
you fucking did it live. Do it live.
What is that from?
Bill O'Reilly on Inside Edition. No.
Oh yeah, the old where he's cursing out like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh, Matteo, no, we gotta check out on everythingbigt.com, my website that Matteo helps me out with. You did an amazing compilation from the old studio, the Rockstar Studio. Shout out to Jim Savelli and all the people there. With a little thing, I'm going to touch on that in a minute, but you put a compilation with Crackhead Barbie, Sean the White Rapper, Keith Murray, who just called me, and we're doing something with him and his Uncle T-Roy and Hula Dula next week because I'm going next week. The person whose podcast I was listening to was Tim Dillon about the conspiracy theory in the beginning.
Yeah.
He's coming. He's from Long Island. I'm going to see him at Governor's Comedy Club while you're away.
Yeah.
And I said, fuck it. I'm going to go check out Jim. He has a new studio. I asked Jim yesterday. I said, hey, do you mind if I come through and record a show in the studio? I want to buy a camera, an extra camera, backup Evo for us. Mm-hmm. And he's like, oh, it's a great idea. And then I'm going to go see Ryan from The Ryan Show, another contributor of the Big T Show in Long Island, and do some THC TV. We're going to medicate some sushi and some poke bowls at the sushi restaurant I used to work at. Yeah. But we had some fun times in Long Island. It was a little far out there, but the Crackhead Barbie one, that was one of the classics, man.
Yeah.
But you put together a great video, great compilation, and listen, we're going to build a bunch of shit here too.
What I can say about the compilation, it was originally 10 minutes, but I cut the fat down enough to be 5. A 5 tight 10. A 5 tight from 10, yeah.
No, it was awesome. I was fucking on the bandwidth driving home before. Yeah. Fucking howling and laughing, man. But I'm going to ask Uncle T-Roy and Hula Dula to sit in next week and then even try to have them the week after when you get back. Is that the week when we have the Staten Island comics on?
Yeah, it is.
All right, so maybe not that week. But, I went today to Wits End, local spot Rockaway, where we had the 4th of July show where Keith Murray performed. Yeah. And comedy, Hula Dula doing spoken word, the son of Dolomite in between our sets. And we're going to try to maybe have it there. I just got to give him some more info. But we're going to have those comics on to promote the Fifth Borough Comedy Festival, which me and Matteo are hosting one of our shows for them.
A satellite show, pretty much.
A satellite show, because those are our boys. And we've been talking about it, but they're our people, you know? And, it's an honor to work with them. Kirsch, you know what I mean? We had an awesome show, man.
I want your opinion on this. I don't care if I put this out there, but like one of the twins of Greg and Rob was telling me that the show of our show for the festival should be on a Friday because that's Saturday's Mike Tyson's reunion fight.
Yeah, I already told Whit that we need it for Friday because I'm not going to get Tyson's comeback. Come on.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I mean that's my fucking childhood.
I know it is.
Mike Tyson, like that's why I grew up fighting people. That was my movie.
Like, his autobiography, his memoir, I read it twice. It's a fantastic book from an illiterate man.
Was it all pictures?
No, it's not. It should be, though.
Yeah, no, he's out there growing weed now in Vegas and California.
I really didn't know that. Yeah, it's more.
How is Roy Jones going to stop Tyson?
He's not. I think if it's going really bad, like I see Roy in my head doing like basically letting Tyson win the first half to tire him out, and when he gets down to the 6th or 7th, like going harder because he's wasted his energy. Like
I just don't think Roy Jones Jr. could withstand Tyson's punches.
True. You know well, Roy Jones is about he's 6 years younger, so it's a big difference in boxing.
And back in the day, how Roy Jones Jr. trained, his uncle would have him chase chickens around the yard.
Yeah.
Which is
insane.
Yeah, like some Rocky shit, you know?
Yeah.
But they're from Florida, and that's what the fuck they do. he loves fishing and I guess catching chickens.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we're gonna have an awesome time that show. I meant to mention last week to the show that got deleted. We had a sound issue. Like I said, Keith Murray called me, Uncle T-Roy, and Dula. We were talking about the fights and R.I.P. Big E.
Yeah.
Getting fucking hairs on my neck. He came on the show a month ago and was fighting on our birthday, and you were away, but I went and saw him. And it's sad, man. Just rest in peace, brother. And Keith Murray took it pretty hard. Keith Murray he came down on our birthday to watch the fight.
That's really nice. Really good.
In a tow yard, like a tow truck yard. Moved all the cars out of the way. Fucking, it was wild. Like the good seats were on the back of the flatbed, fucking pickup because you're high up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're able to see the cage. But it was a wild scene, man.
So, like, did they have a funeral for the guy or no?
Yeah. And it was in Long Island, in Long Beach, which is close to Rockaway, so you can still do, like, because they have different rules out there, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
But he like 3 days before he passed, man, we were talking about having him come on again, like a monthly thing when there was a big MMA fight, like the tomorrow, and like do parlay picks and try to win the people some money, you know?
Yeah.
And hopefully the NFL. Listen, before I move on, it's R.I.P. Big E, man. Thank you for coming on. Rest in peace. And, fucking just man, it's crazy out there, Matteo.
Yeah, I know.
It's just there's so many things in this world that can happen. That's why you gotta live, man. You gotta live. You're going away.
I know.
And I like this. I like this. Me and you, we haven't had one of these. I don't think maybe ever. You know what I mean? Maybe on your Let Us Be Idiots podcast before I was the semi co-host. You know?
Yeah. We
would have some funny ass episodes. Two idiots, two retards. You know what I mean? If you don't believe us, check out our checks from the government. You know what I mean? Like, this certifiable.
Yeah.
I like this. You know what I mean? But speaking of living and a good life, are you looking forward to your trip to Denver? Where are you going? Denver or?
Yeah, Denver. Pretty much Denver. Yeah, that's it.
Peoria?
No, Aurora. It's funny. Aurora's a 5-minute drive from Denver, but they're very different cities.
You gonna wear the Joker mask?
No.
You catch it on the plane. You have the purple suit.
Yeah, I know. No, like I was working on this bit. I was running a bit. Like you can tell the difference between like. I was like, how do you tell the difference between a Joker fanatic and a pimp? Like, I'm trying to. It's the premise.
Of a Joker fanatic and a pimp.
Yeah, like it revolves around the idea of a purple suit. I'm still working on the kinks for the joke.
How do you tell the difference between a Joker fanatic and a pimp?
Yeah, no, but I'm trying to word it like a longer joke. Like, I have the notes. I'm trying to like string it together.
The pimp. You can say, "Oh, the pimp has a cold sore," or you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's what I'm working like both the jokes revolve around whiteface. Like that's what I'm trying to talk about. Like,
well, mine was along the lines of, you know what I mean? Like the pimp gets laid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, like.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, the pink is. Yeah, I get it.
The Joker can sneak up on you because you don't hear his Valtrex medicine in his pocket or something.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's good. That's good.
Joker fanatics don't get laid. Like, do they?
Yeah, I don't know.
Probably not.
I don't know. Does Jared Leto seem like a guy who gets laid?
Hold on, but he's not a fanatic, is he? Or
he played Joker in the movie and then like pretended to be him for a month after it got released.
He like purple. That guy's a weirdo. He's a freak, that guy.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? The best joke is the old one from the TV show, man.
Cesar Romero?
That was his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had that mouth that looked like the Joker, you know?
Yeah.
What the fuck was I gonna say? We're always brought to you by Bake What Your Mama Gave You. I didn't eat the brownie in the beginning of the show, the edible, because we've been having a little bad luck with the what's that shit called? Streaming and recording.
Yeah, technical issues and errors.
Minor technical issues, you know? And and we're gonna get that sorted out. But I don't want to be high as shit as you're trying to explain to me what to do, you know?
Yeah.
But I need a brownie, man. I had a long ass day.
I know.
But yeah, I went to Denver once a couple of years ago for a bachelor party.
Beautiful city. Beautiful city.
My friends had a joke where I talked about the weed, the hookers, the elevator systems. It's all part of it. And like, it just came naturally where I was like, yeah, Denver, beautiful city. As I'm like going through this shit, and now like sometimes my friends when we're hanging out, I'm like, oh man, look at that plate of pasta. It's so beautiful. Like, oh, beautiful pasta. But like, I go back from my trip there and it was an awesome time, but the weed's dry as fuck because you're in the altitude. You're up in the sky. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the weed is a little like it's just dry to the touch. And then we're at some after hours place in the fucking hotel. And my friend was calling up. This is when Backpage was around before the government took away the woman's right to earn with a pussy.
Mm-hmm.
And I swear to God, he's calling up this one guy on Craigslist, a girl on Craigslist. The guy answered. He goes, yo, she got arrested. Go out in county jail, bail her out, and return her when you're done. My friend's like, yo, do we go to county jail? I'm like, yo, they're going to set you up trying to solicit a prostitute. They don't let you take a hooker home from jail and return her back to jail when you're done. What kind of world do you think we're fucking living in? That would be good. I can get your bail money up.
Yeah.
But what are your plans when you're out there?
There's a restaurant. I forget the name of it. I have the address. It's been around since the 1850s. It's one of Denver's oldest restaurants, and the whole menu is just deep fried bull testicles. I found it. We want to go to it just to make fun of it.
Who's we?
Me and my cousin.
Yeah. You and the voice in your head?
No, my cousin. Yeah. And I have a spot at Denver Comedy Lounge. I'll probably post about it later in the week when it happens, or closer to it.
Yeah. Awesome.
And what are you saying?
Have you ever had testicles? Seriously.
No, I haven't. Are you talking about mine or the ones I'm eating?
Well, we know about yours and how they get sucked up in your body with the reverse bloodline.
Yeah, I know.
Check out previous episodes of the Big T Show from Mateo's Wild Medical Testicle, or the one where you ended up in the hospital after eating the aforementioned brownie and you couldn't feel your testicles. You screamed at the top of your lungs, "I can't feel my testicles! I can't breathe!" I was actually telling that story today to Kira's sister. She was down from Staten Island, and we were talking about the show and me and you, and I brought up that story. She goes, "That's gold. He must tell that on stage." I'm like, "Nah, he has some weird schedule where he's going to tell it down the line in like November of 2022.
I already wrote it. I already wrote the story down for stage presence. I'm just trying to cut it down to 3 minutes. I've timed it. I did it at a mic in Jersey a while ago, like 2 months ago. It was like a 6-minute joke. It went over so up, and I got to cut that to 3 minutes.
Listen, you could, but if you're rocking and rolling, and it's such a riveting story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can get it down to 3 minutes because it's wild.
I know it is.
And then your grandpa got hit by the bus, the double decker.
Yeah, I know.
Strapped you to a gurney. Listen, it's a great story, man.
It is. It really is.
What the fuck was I just going to say? Fuck, man. I had something to add to that. But, that's what it is. I appreciate we had a team meeting for the Big T Show, and for some reason the other guy, the producer, didn't get the message about us being a team. And you really took it to heart, and you really been just pulling your weight and then some. And I appreciate it. And then everything you've been doing and stepping up to the plate. And those strides and help the Big T Show grow and get better. You know what I mean? On top of your podcast, Let Us Be Idiots, which you can find everywhere. You know?
It's only on iTunes and Spreaker.
All right. That's everywhere the song, you know?
Yeah.
But also, even Matteo, since we had listen, they were asking me, "Oh, what clubs do you do this?" I said, "Me and my buddy, it's very cliquey in comedy. You know, we said, all right, we don't want to let us on your show. We're just not going to do open mics. We're going to create our own show." And we created Crooklyn Comedy and now it's getting recognized by the Fifth Borough Comedy Festival. We had Keith Murray perform, Bobby J from Rockaway.
Yeah.
This may be August 2020, but we already have it dated down that we mentioned Bobby J from Rockaway and Keith Murray in the same breath. But that's how my boy, your friend too, from Rockaway, who's an amazing artist, hip hop.
Oh, absolutely.
And like, I want it to be documented on top of us playing his songs all the time. That we, we mention people with our show in the same breath, because these are all people that have been a part of the Crooklyn comedy. You know what I mean?
The fact, like Bobby J, like for an independent artist to have on 2 of his videos 6 million views is an astounding accomplishment.
Listen, people like a unicorn, and it always goes back to like the white rapper like Eminem or and there's been white rappers that people try to hype up to no avail, but Bobby J brings it, man. He's that old school, 90s hip hop. He knows his shit. He's a student of the game. Yeah. And we had him on. We'll try to get him back on the show. But besides that, Matteo, we had a show in Jamaica about a month ago after the Keith Murray one, and I'll give you some CBD. You finally were open to it. You had it before. You ate one of my treats, and you absolutely shut it down, Matteo. You had a great fucking show. And then last week we had a show on Jamaica Bay, 10 feet in the ocean, in the water, Coney Island, sunset in the back, sunset in the back. And I was talking to my friend and his wife today. They called me, they see me in my car. And they're like, yo, Matteo is getting a lot better. His stage presence, people are noticing, Matteo.
Thank you.
You're doing good. You're getting a lot better. And I don't even want to say a lot better, because you were always funny and you had the jokes. You're calming down. You're letting people hear them.
I know. Well, I have tapes when I first started when I was like 19 and are like, what is he saying? Like every set and show I do, I archive. They're all in video. I have a giant hard drive full of that stuff.
How old are you right now?
24.
I just seen your set last week, and I was like, what are you saying? But not in the same sense, because I meant that as a joke. Like, obviously, when you were saying at 19, you're not saying at 24, but just like me, we say some wild fucking shit. You know what I mean? It's probably like, you probably hear me sometimes like, what is he fucking saying, man?
Yeah.
But know what? I did a little nostalgic shit. I was laying in bed the other day, and I was just laying there. My lawyer, not different from my podiatrist, because I used to have a lawyer that was my podiatrist. But you ever hear of Des Bishop?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, why?
He's does the cellar a lot.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. He's
an Irish guy. He's from Bayside, Queens. Had a drinking problem. Family sent him to Ireland. Good call. You know what I mean? Like, and he got better. He got sober. He's a comic. He's hilarious. Let me just read this for you. This time capsule, because I always thought my date was the second week of. Remember, I said I met you the second week of my class that I took to start comedy 3 years ago. Yeah. And I say, hey, how you doing, Des? My name is Tommy Farrell. And this is on my, I seen him pop up on my Instagram. And I said, no, what? Let me check to see if you haven't even read that message, And he never read it. It's from July 27th, 2017. I go, I'm friends with Patty Mack. I did my first open mic last night. Also, my third week in a stand-up class at the Pit in the city. I was wondering if you had any advice, tips, or pointers. I'm more into stand-up. I'm just looking for anything for an edge. I just love making people laugh. The power I feel on stage is unlike anything I felt before. And this is me doing an open mic after my third week. So my seniority date, that's what they would say in UPS, seniority date, like your hire date, it's all about seniority. Yeah. Was July 26, 2017. I thought it was a week earlier. So I met you a week later from the 26th, maybe August 3rd. Yes. I met you because I met you the second time I ever did stand-up at the Creek in the Cave. Yeah. And I just thought this was cool. I always assumed when my first open mic was, and I had the wrong date, and then just going to see if this guy checked this message that's archived in an Instagram Messenger that is not his open. And it says it's my third week of stand-up. Like, I remember asking the teacher, like, yo, when do we do open mics? And he's like, why aren't you doing them? You know what I mean? No one would write with me. the whole class was like, they're like, right, do this. I'm like, hey, I live on the beach. Come by. We'll barbecue. I got edibles. And no one would bite because they're all out-of-state losers, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like this guy with my Knick jersey on coming in. Like, raw as a motherfucker. Index card, the book. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, I smoke too much weed. How the fuck am I going to remember a whole joke? You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't wrap my brain around remembering that many words to try to be funny also, you know? So I was up there reading out of a book, and it's just, you know, man, it was just a couple of weeks ago, but, you know, 3 years in comedy, and I remember the first time I met you. I had the days wrong, but it was, I guess, August 3rd, and you had the blue members-only jacket, blue Vans on, or something like that, something along that scheme, and you were up there saying some wild shit, and the creek was pumping. There was like a weird energy in the air. Like it was like a Friday night mic or Wednesday when it used to be good when Micah was hosting or Ben. And it was just a fucking scene. I'm like, this is comedy. And then you get up there, and I didn't know much about you at all. I know zero. And I was like, you look like my friend Kenny Cracks from when I was younger. And you got up there doing some wild shit. And I was like, damn, this is comedy. This is what I need to be. And we just became friends. I don't know how we became friends, just talking.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how it usually works.
As other people wouldn't talk to us.
I guess.
Listen, we're moving the needle in our own way, our own direction. If people don't want to listen, I'm like, stand back, Matteo. Watch me kick this bitch open for us. And I'm going to kick that motherfucker open. Hopefully hit him with fucking shards of fucking glass and wood on the other side. And say, get the fuck out of my way. No, you're not having one of my edibles. You're not passing you to join. I'll save it to you at the end. I'll save you 2 hits. You fucking disgusted animal. You have shit on your nails. I'm picking up fucking dog shit from your dog walking job. Fucking loser. But anyway. But listen, I was gonna say, besides Wits End, we're trying to check out other areas to have an outdoor show. Because these scumbags in the government, like, I felt bad. I remember I had a lunch today with remember I was talking about you at lunch with people, like Kira's sister-in-law, and like this poor guy, every story that started off, he's like, oh, I had to get a permit. Like, he started a food truck and like a failed food business. He's like, oh, I had to get a permit and this cost this much, and then they only have a certain amount of these permits, and I'm like, that's your first problem. You got in bed with the government, you dumb fuck. Like, I mean, what did you think was gonna happen when you get the government involved? You know what I mean? Like, and fuck, I just lost my train of thought.
Fine.
What else, Matteo? What we haven't done one of these like Q&As or just shoot the shit with me and you.
Well, I told Kato earlier today, our guest, about like the audio was unusable. He said, oh, it's fine. He said he said it was pretty much okay with him. Like, at least one is out and instead of 2. Like, he was trying to look at it like half full.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
Listen, did he say anything about me? Like, that guy's a maniac? Where'd you find him? No,
not really. He was just it's comedy. You meet people, you connect. That's all you just really said.
All right, cool. Yeah, I was trying to be cool as hell. He was a cool dude, Kato.
Yeah, he is.
But I was talking about where I lost my train of thought before. As I'm finishing the rest of this brownies, I got a good night's sleep tonight.
Yeah.
The SLA, the State Liquor Authority, they were legit cracking down on people. Like, yo, man, like, crack down on, like, the gun violence. Like, crack down on crackheads. Crack down on homeless. How about that? Like, you're trying to create more homeless people by taking people's businesses away and the right to earn. You know what I mean? Like, so we got to be careful throwing our shows. Like the guys from Fifth Borough Comedy Festival asked us, hey, with this new law, will it affect you guys? No. Because we're not doing it. We're not doing it legal anyway. You know what I mean? Like, Brooklyn comedy.
Yeah.
It's not Brooklyn. It's Brooklyn.
Yeah.
A career criminal and Matteo just wet behind the ears, still trying to figure out the world, and we're like, hey, this is our team right here, Brooklyn comedy. And we're gonna do what we want, because at the end of the day, I'll find a venue, I'll find an outdoor spot. I got people with tents, like tent companies. You know what I mean? Like,
I know you do. Yeah.
So we're gonna make this happen for September on 9/11. You better not come fucking dressed in a jihad. Yeah, there's a lot of firemen in this fucking neighborhood.
I'm rewrote some of my jokes. I'm not even doing those anymore.
I actually got to start writing my ass off, man.
I know.
I've been so fucking busy. I'm trying to get the THC TV off the ground, trying to consistently make content with the Big T show, you know?
Yeah.
Just not enough time in the fucking day, man.
I know.
But Matteo, what the last couple of years, how's it been working with me?
I like it. I have other clients I do a lot of work with, but I do the most with you. Like the other clients are like two are in comedy, and the two other ones are not in acting or comedy at all. I just do stuff for their websites.
Like, how is it? What's the pros? What's the cons? You can be honest with me. We're not in the same room, so
yeah. No, I'm trying to tell you. Like the other client I have is he's a medical surgeon. He hires me a lot to like edit his videos down.
No, but like, what's the experience of working with Big T? Like, I want to hear. Listen, you can bash me. It's your time to air your grievances, buddy.
No, like which is interesting with working with you is that I like with you. I get a lot better feedback from you than other people because like other people tell me like make this, do whatever you want with it. I do it as best as I can do, and then they get mad at me. Like you said in the text, do what you think will make it look good edited wise. They give me like 30 files. I go down to like the 30 files to be like an hour and 25 minutes. You tell me make this into 10. I've done this on multiple occasions. I mean, a grade 10, I don't like it. It's good, but I don't want it. I'm like, what? You told me to do what? Like, whatever.
Yeah. What do you get with me?
You give me the feedback, and then I correct what you wanted. I think the best clients I have when it comes to editing are you, and then the guy who's a surgeon.
No, but like, what do you like about working with me? Besides the feedback,
it's very entertaining. To be fair.
Like what aspects? Like what? I'm just trying to get feedback and see.
Just like the aspect of the way of you working and like just the energy you have is good for material writing down long term.
You don't know if it's negative or positive energy. You know?
I don't either. I know it's just funny.
It's all positive energy with you, Matteo. Trust me. I even when we butt heads, it's always the best.
Yeah.
The best for the situation. Me, you, the future.
Yeah.
What are some of the cons of working with me?
The cons or pros?
Cons.
The cons, the travel distance.
Yeah. But when you came here dressed as Timothy McVeigh, the bomber from the Oklahoma City, fucking another conspiracy bullshit. Like that day when the first time we saw each other since the quarantine,
yeah.
I'm high as shit, turning the corner from my little parking garage area, and I see some guy with 2 duffel bags, the mask on, the high and tight federal look like you look like an inmate, you know?
I know. And it didn't help. It didn't help that week I shaved my head all the way to the grain.
Yeah, that also. Yeah, it's like some sort of like army haircut, like, and you looked a little more jacked because like.
Yeah, because when that happened, I was still going to the gym. I was going to the gym every single day for 2 years.
Nice.
Quarantine, I haven't been able to go.
What's the weirdest shit you've seen at the gym?
I don't know. The gym's in my basement.
Oh, they meant to I hate going to the gym. Like there's like, for whatever reason, there's an influx of European people. Like, that came off like I hated European people.
Yeah, I know where you're going. I know where you're going with this.
It's like the Bill Burr joke. It's like, it's where you put the motherfucker. It's like, you walk into a restaurant, like, yeah, man, there's a lot of Asian motherfuckers in this, or something like that, or, there's a lot of motherfucking Asians in here. The way you say it, when word plays the thing, how I feel about the Europeans, there's just an influx of Europeans over here for whatever reason, and they're old school, and I like going into the sauna and shit. It's good for you. And they're walking in there like butt naked or laying spread eagle.
That's more of a German, Eastern European cultural thing than is more of Western Europe.
Bro, I'm sitting there hopping on my one leg trying to get my sock on, wet from the pool or sweating, and they're like, not naked. You know what I mean? I go in the dressing room. Not that you know, not that you want to see me with a hard dick, but you definitely don't want to see me with a flaccid dick. It looks like a fucking pigtail. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's just like, yeah, it's not a good look. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So once I get dressed and I'm put my shorts on, I'm putting the socks on, and someone's like, hey, why don't you sit down and change? I go, how many dirtbags they sit down with their balls and rectum bare on the seat. Like, I don't even do that in my own living room. You know what I mean? Like, I have respect for my fucking guests. These guys are fucking animals, man.
Yeah.
And I have no legs to stand on because as a fat person going to the gym, like, you don't understand, Matteo. They like, it's almost like I have special needs.
Yeah,
no,
you know what I mean? Like that guy who's like, you're a real inspiration to me.
Yeah. I was trying to do one pull-up. Not two, not 10, one. Once you start at one, then you work on two.
Yeah.
I was starting on like a half, but then I was going to do 3/4, then one. Because, I'm lifting 300 plus pounds. That's a lot of motherfucking weight, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm doing it. I'm dripping sweat. And the guy comes over. He's like, yo, man, like OG, black dude from the projects over here. I know him from the name. Not know him, but I seen him, like, because I live a couple blocks from there. And he's like, yo, man, how long you been doing this? A couple months now? It was good. Keep it up. You're a real inspiration. Gave me a pound and walked away. And I was like, it felt good for a second till it set in. I'm like, was that a compliment or not?
I don't. It was backhanded for sure.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I know what's even more messed up about the gym. Like, again, like a fat guy. You know what I mean? I have no legs to stand on. It's not my place. These people, like, it's almost like Seinfeld. Like, these guys that I see there all the time, they're gym rats. Old, like, not jack, but just like there. Like, they don't go home or something.
Yeah.
And I see them use the machine, not even wipe it off before, not even wipe it off after. And who am I? The fat guy? Not even a regular here? You're a regular at the gym? And you're going to fucking, who am I to go up, hey, buddy, there's rules. You know what I mean? These stuck-up, uppity fucking gym people, they turn around and like, all right, fat ass. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to start fighting in the gym. Like, but who am I? Like, yo, you're the regulars. You should be setting my example, not the fat guy who comes once in a while. You know, like, use the machine right, motherfucker.
Yes, I concur.
But does it get any more weirder than a locker room and fucking at the YMCA?
Like, because a gym, a duo is in my building. I'm trying to think of the weirdest thing I saw. At once, there was a person who lived in my building who would go down there and run on a treadmill, and they had excessive plastic surgery. Like, this woman, like, her face was like pulled all the way back. And what's even weirder is that she was like 36, and it was like you would think she'd be older, but she just got a lot of work done.
Yeah, these bitches, like, yo, and I say bitches as I'm about to say compliments to women, like, yo, ladies, you're beautiful. Like, stop with the Botox. You're making yourself look weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we like those little natural things. You know what I mean? Like, don't you, Matteo?
Yes.
Look at Aunt Jemima behind you. You have a nice backdrop of Aunt Jemima. That's a beautiful thing.
I tried looking for the Patty's pancake symbol. I think the company might have swiped. What do you call it? Wiped it from the internet.
Yo, they used to sell the Aunt Jemima in the bottle.
Yeah, I know. It looked like her.
I'm almost positive she had, like, not a rack of tits, but they made her a woman. Like,
I know what you're talking about. Those exist. Yeah, they're images on Google.
Yo, and like, me and my brother were young, and like, I was always wild. They had to like pour like mad syrup out. It would leak off the bottle, and I remember as a young kid licking the syrup off the bottle and like licking her tits. And like, just I was young, I was probably 7, 8. I always had a thing for Aunt Jemima. When they said she was going away, I was so fucking pissed, man. Like, I understand why, the context, but it's like, I'm a fan. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like, I sucked on your tits as a kid, lady. Like, man, I have a long story. I don't want to get into it about meeting my friend's boss at a Met game. Next thing you know, we're in Atlantic City, and I'm like coked up, still up for 2 days. I got a free room saying I was my friend who I didn't even know my own address or his birthday. Long story short, the guy's like, hey, Tommy, after I crashed. After like being up for 2 days, he was down there gambling. I went back to the room. I fell asleep. I think I owed like $150 worth of porno. Tried jerking off, but it was on my friend's account. He's like, "Hey, could you go could you go downstairs? I wanna get a hook. He got a local paper. This is going back probably 10 years at least.
Yeah.
And he got the girl. He gave me money to go sit in the fucking lobby, like a little food area. He calls me back to the room. I'm like, yo, did you fuck her? He's like, no. I'm like, why? What happened? He goes, yo, she reminded me of a woman, my neighbor that would come over in the morning before school who had huge tits, my mom's friend. And she would always come and say, oh, hi, Mike, and give her a big hug and squeeze the tits against her. So he paid this hooker to come and just hug him and squeeze her tits against him, like the lady did when she was younger. The guy was a psychopath. Later on, he told me he tried warming up a dildo, like to make it feel like a human cock for the girl, and it like was sort of melted but still hard, and put it in the girl, and like almost like ruined her vagina. Like it started melting. She got all burnt up and shit.
What do you do? Like put it in a microwave?
Yeah, just like warm it up a little, you know. Fucking idiots. But yeah, no, that was a wild time. There's a longer version of that, but yeah. I'll get it. I'll stay on the show. Yeah. And listen, Matteo, I appreciate you doing this. We still have some time left. As before we run out of time, I just want to thank you again. Like,
yeah,
we have a job. We have to make content each week, and this is doing it.
Yep.
And we're gonna like I said, we're gonna get that other shit right. I'm looking at this board now. I just want to smash it with a hammer. I'm in the studio. But listen, one way or another, hook or crook, we're gonna fucking get this going. And listen, James, we have guests lined up. You know, people that want to be on. We're doing something.
Clearly, people do want to be on it.
No, trust me. I got people woke up in the morning from I posted something about the THC TV. We're like, we're just making mofongo noises. Is it mofongo?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure. Something like that.
Muffbanger.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
That's something that me and you are going to get into. That's where it's been big with young kids and Asians.
It is. This is a real fact, people. A sad fact that happened to be true.
And it's these people love watching people eat and the noises they make. And I swear, we got to record it one day. We got to be mic'd up as me and you eat with no sound.
Of course, yeah, obviously.
It's just like the noises. It's almost like when they say like when you haven't get laid in a while, the sound of the spoon in the mac and cheese bowl, it sounds like wet pussy. You know what I mean? Like that your mind plays tricks on you. And what the hell? We're just all the mukbanger. And I was in California. My friend was giving me a ride home, right to the airport, and we had In-N-Out for the last time. Well, I did for the last time. He lives there, and for whatever reason, it was right outside the airport, LAX, and I got 2 double doubles from In-N-Out with no animal sauce, and I'm just housing it. And I heard it in my head, but I was like, yo, this burger's mad good. And he's like, yo, man, I ain't gonna lie, that shit was mad sexual. The noises you were making, and it's like, maybe like a deep breath and shit, and yo, you eat, maybe not like me, but just like me. You know what I mean? And I think a compilation video of me and you, and I was thinking about it last night as I was editing that old video. I was like just making mad sound effects, like and I put it together, and people were into it. And I guess it's a popular thing. It's something we're gonna have to revisit or do something on the air, into the mic, on the Big T show. Something that just we can get real messy and dirty and try to get some fucking some Asian chicks on shit, you know. Yeah, what's your favorite nationality of woman? Don't say Italian.
I was not going to.
His mother's Italian.
Yes.
Who is it, Matteo?
Hispanic.
Ooh, any particular one?
I'm not. I roast save it for jokes.
What was I gonna say? So what else do you have planned? You have some comedy planned for out there?
Just one show. I just mainly that the wedding coming up, and then that's it pretty much. And
and eating testicles.
Yes.
Yes.
Bull testicles.
What do we call Rocky Mountain oysters?
Yes. How'd you know that one?
Oh fuck! I know everything. Okay. Yo, when I went from Denver, I was like, yo, fuck. When I went for the bachelor party, I was like, yo, I'm more than halfway across the country. I have no job. I might as well go to California and do comedy.
Yeah.
And I had a secondary trip by myself to California. Yo, I was so high on edibles, like, because when I get on the plane, I eat a lot of edibles on top of normal life. Yo, I could have swore the plane was straight back up in the air, and like I'm like, yo, this doesn't seem normal. Like I felt like we were in a rocket, and I'm like, yo, they have to go straight up in the air to get over the Rocky Mountains, and then once we get over the Rockies, we'll come back down. I was telling someone the story, like the Rocky Mountains aren't that tall, you fat retard. Are they that tall?
No, the Himalayas are.
The plane, maybe I just had the seat back or something. I just felt like we were going on an incline so high, like the nose was all the way up in the air just to make it over the Rocky Mountains. Like that's how fucking high I was.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I want to maybe I was gonna ask you when you get back, can we record an episode of THC TV before you say no? All CBD episode. Yeah, everything I cook. Your favorite meal? Yeah. Any place that needs fat, I add CBD butter.
Sure.
What do you think?
Yeah, I'll think of a dish I like.
Yeah, but think of something maybe that uses a lot of butter or something.
You know, of course, yeah. That's what I'm trying to think in my head. Like I don't know. I'm like.
Our favorite bakery around the block. Shout out to Rockaway Beach Bakery. They had a fucking sourdough bread, just a loaf of bread around. Just sitting there, I was like, how do I not buy this? And I've been fucking eating that all fucking night. That fucking.
Do you think you can make like a bread pudding? That has a tremendous amount of butter in it.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do something like that. No, I'll look up some recipes. But yo, Matteo, it's THC TV with Big T. I understand that.
Yeah.
But who else out there is making whole meals of CBD? You know what I mean?
There is a show on Vice that does it, but I've never watched it.
Listen, I watch those fucking stupid shows on Vice.
Yeah.
A weed cooking show.
Yeah.
The shitheads were taking it and grinding it over the food. Like, that's not how you get it in the food. You shit it. They just have green fucking dried weed in your fucking risotto, you stupid bitch. You know what I mean? Like, you have to infuse it. That's not. And they're like, oh, so how much was in there? It's like, I think 12 to 15 milligrams. I'm like, what? That's not even like. I can't even make a comparison of what the fuck that's not. Fucking, it's nothing. It's, you know what I mean? It's not even getting. I can't even think of nothing right now. That edible's kicking in because that's fucking like.
Yes.
That's like 15 milligrams of fucking, not even a bite. That's how ridiculous it is. That thing's about 500 milligrams I eat. You know what I mean? That would be less than the size of a penny. It's pretty whack. It's a good concept. Don't get me wrong. But I need something like I was gonna go against the guy Dan Cadillac, the guy, in a throwdown. Like I know they already have similar things, but it's like, yo, no one's doing it like that. Me, where it's only one show, because after an hour, everyone's smacked. They call me the white Bill Cosby in Rockaway.
I know they do.
I've been making bitches go to sleep.
He's stacking bodies.
You love it. Yeah. You love it. Yo, like how could someone do that? Like I know you need a little more experience in certain areas, but like just imagine carrying someone who's tired or drunk. It's like a dead weight.
Oh, now, I know. Oh, I can imagine. Yeah.
Now try to get hard and fuck them. Like, how the fuck is that fun?
It's not. It's it's a sickness.
Listen, it's hard enough to have a girl like flip over, do this, and she's awake, you know? Yeah. She's like doing the wrong thing. She's facing the wall, so her left is your right, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Let alone her face down in the pillow, like, hey, roll over. Oh, she don't want to roll. Like, you're exerting a lot more energy fucking with the dead weight on top of being morally wrong. Like, let's clear that. But, like, I'm talking after you get past the moral and the criminality aspect of it. I would just think about how much of a pain in the ass it is to fucking.
Oh, yeah, there's a reason why it's a sickness. It's a sickness to me.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that we're just gonna end the show like that on that note?
No. We have a couple more minutes left. Okay. Of course, we started with the dead air at the beginning. But Matteo, I really hope you enjoy your trip. we're gonna need this. We're gonna need this little time apart. You know, a little week reset. The last 2 weeks, we've been just going crazy trying to get the. It's hard when you go from having a producer to not, and it doesn't matter if it's Matt or whoever it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just more responsibilities, and sometimes you just want to sit back and tell jokes. You know what I mean? Like,
obviously,
edible. Talk about eating ass. But I really, I just see a lot of big things going on in the future for us. And know what? I hope anyone that's listening is laughing and doubting us. The motherfucker's been doubting me my whole life. And now look at me, Matteo.
Yes.
Independent us, looking down on bitches. You know what I mean? Like, we're in my own studio. You know what I mean? I have a fucking garden. You know, like, and keep doubting us because we're going to keep going. I don't know what's above the penthouse. I mean, a penthouse in a bigger building, but
an informative letter in Penthouse Forum magazine.
Oh, man. Do I have a half a minute?
Yeah.
I helped this guy move once when I used to work for UPS.
Yeah.
And he has a family. You know, from Antigua, real like down to like family people. Like they're from like the island. Real like families, everything.
Yeah.
And I'm talking to one of my exes on the phone at lunch. I'm like he has like a tote in the back, like a UPS tote bin. And I'm just going through his shit for whatever reason. and I find something that looks like a Penthouse Forum, a little magazine. Not pictures, but writing. So I'm like, ooh, I can read this. You know, go in the bathroom, take a shit a little bit, get paid to walk off. I start reading it, and it's like, as my aunt grabs my throbbing cock. I was like, what? So I read it again. I'm like, as my aunt grabs my throbbing cock. And I look at the front. It said Family Affair. It was an incest porno book. I'm like, yo, this guy has a fucking family. So I took both of them, and I had this ottoman out, and I was like, my coffee table. And I left it there, and I always have people over after the bar. It's like the next day doing coke, drinking. And I just thought it'd be cool for people to pick it up like I did. They're like, what the fuck is he into? Like the Prince bathroom. Just like fucking throw people off. I had these people back, this girl in the neighborhood, or already went to rehab for drugs and stuff.
Yeah.
Already had like a drug dealer's name right above her vagina, like on a pubic area, like a real catch, you know?
Yeah.
So she came over. I remember at this point they were just thrown at a couch, and they had a futon next to the couch. It was like a long living room. That was for fucking. The couch was for hanging out, and the futon was for fucking. And the book was thrown under the futon. She picked it up. She's like, "What's this?" And yo, she couldn't. It's like 5 a.m. She couldn't stop reading it. Long story short, she went home like noon the next day, and there was a bunch of people partying. I see her like a week later. I'm like, "Yo, what happened that night? Blah, blah, blah. We got fucked up." She goes, "Yo, you don't even know." I go home. I go to sleep. Her parents went through her shit because she's a drug addict, and they found the book. Imagine you're her father, already disappointed that she's in rehab for doing drugs. Now you go to you're looking for drugs in her bag. She comes home at noon the next day from the same clothes from yesterday fucking in the afternoon. And you go through the book, and it's an incest book about fucking your family. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what? This is your daughter? Like, you how could you be proud? Like, she wants to fuck, besides that, probably fucking drug dealers and everyone else in the town. She wants to fuck my brother, her uncle, or me. Like, you know, the book was wild, and now she had it in a bag. Now the family has it. I don't know. What do you do with incest Penthouse Forum? Like, but the time, it was an awesome read. Like,
okay, I assume it was.
But
is that we're gonna end it like this?
Yeah, listen, it's I love that story. And no, Matteo, you're a character, I'm a character, and I got stories for days. This was awesome to sit in. My buddy, my right hand man, holds me down. You know what I mean? Fucking, we're gonna go places, and we needed this. You know what I mean? We had a show, and it messed up, and this brought us together. A little Q&A with Big T and Matteo. Yeah. And listen, the sky's the limit, and you have a great trip in Denver. Enjoy yourself. Any problems, any troubles, you know, you hit me up.
Yeah.
Right away. And good luck enjoying testicles. Hey, I wish you could say it was your first, and I really wish we could say it was your last, but God bless. Enjoy your trip, buddy. You're going to get content, kill it on stage, get some CBD from the dispensary. Have a great time. Listen, it's been another episode of the Big T Show. We will be coming back live and motherfucking direct real soon. Fuck Max Powers. And remember, be the person you are when you're high. See you next week.